Mr. Morningstar, I'd just like to ask you a couple questions. We'd really like to get your side of this story.
A former North County contractor once convicted of grand theft of personal property was just arrested again following a Team 10 investigation.
This family says that Mark Morningstar promised that he could complete the job in just 2 weeks. Months later, they had to hire someone else to do it. Our Team 10 investigator Adam Rakusan's been looking into Morningstar now for months.
Yeah, and I want to show you this. This right here is the Sheriff's Department's website. It says who's in jail, and here's what Morningstar has been charged with, at least from the website that we can tell, including fraud and grand theft. Morningstar has been the subject of several Team 10 investigations. Family we spoke with says they had no idea until their kitchen was in shambles and they'd paid out thousands of dollars.
We went on a weekend vacation, and when we came back, we realized that our floor was flooded.
That's how Mark and Diana ended up needing a new kitchen.
Cabinets were not done.
They hired a mitigation company to take care of the damage.
They gutted our kitchen cabinets, they gutted all the flooring.
But they needed a restoration company to build it back up. They came across Mark Morningstar. He came highly recommended by a user on the website Nextdoor.
One of the recommendations that we got was through Maria. And Maria posed as a satisfied client, and she said, hey, I know this person, Mark Morningstar, who can do cabinet work, he can do granite work, he can do basically everything.
Maria Miuis, the person he's referring to, is the license holder for Quality Painting SoCal. It's the company Morningstar works for. Team 10 found these postings on Nextdoor from someone with the same name, talking up Morningstar and the company. Thinking they were real reviews, Mark and Diana say they eventually hired that company to do the work.
He said, yeah, I can do all of this, no problem. I can act as your quote-unquote quarterback and take care of everything for you.
Mark says that Morningstar promised them that a new kitchen would take about 2 weeks and cost around 10 grand. So that's what Mark and Diana authorized on their credit card. He says Morningstar brought in contractors to do the work, but things quickly went south. They say granite was installed incorrectly, cabinets weren't lining up, and eventually crews stopped showing up, leaving Morningstar to try to do it himself.
There would be a week or 2 weeks where he didn't show up, and the weeks that he did show up, he would show up for a day, and during that day, he would show up for a few hours.
Months later, the kitchen wasn't done and Morningstar stopped showing up. That's when Mark and Diana turned to the internet.
And we Googled Mark, and the investigative news immediately came up. Google hit #1. We watched the video and we were like,
that's him.
Oh my God, that's that guy.
In 2017, a Team 10 investigation uncovered how several former customers complained Morningstar took their money but never finished installing the fake grass they said they paid for. This was part of his explanation at the time.
You can't please all the people all the time, and it's just You just can't.
We also learned Morningstar had done some of the work after his contractor's license had been suspended. He was also accused of using another contractor's license number. In September of last year, Morningstar pleaded guilty to diversion of construction funds, grand theft of personal property, and improper home improvement contract procedure. Team 10 went to the listed address for Quality Painting SoCal to ask Morningstar about Mark and Diana's complaints. Maria, the license holder, answered the door. My name's Adam.
Yes.
I'm with Channel 10 News.
Okay.
We're working on a story regarding quality paint and Mr. Morningstar working with Quality Paint. She said Morningstar wasn't there. These folks are saying that Mr. Morningstar is doing work without a contractor's license.
Which is not true, and we've been talking with the CSLB about that, so I appreciate it.
While asking Miuis questions, a man who looks like Morningstar came in through a back entrance. Is that Mr. Morningstar coming in the back?
I would hope not, because he... Shoot, sorry.
Mr. Morningstar, Adam Rakusan, Channel 10 News, can we talk to you? Mr. Morningstar!
This entire piece was not secured at all.
The couple was able to dispute the charges with the credit card company and get their money back. They say they had to pay someone else to redo most of the work.
I don't know, maybe I was just naive, but it was an eye-opener.
And beyond the current charges, this week the Contractor State License Board opened an investigation against the company and has already disclosed on its website that it believes there's enough evidence of a probable violation. Morningstar is scheduled to be in court tomorrow afternoon. We'll be there. Adam Rakusan, Team 10.